Welcome everybody. You got Lee Rigby in the commentary booth. Seeing as I'm no longer involved after just getting my bottom spanked by Tom Staveley. So well done to Tom, and apologies for all the viewers who had to put themselves through watching that, if you did watch. But you get a much higher standard here. This is definitely one of the... I mean, this would be a fitting for a final, let alone a last 16. Great to see Phil Burford back playing. He was one of the superstars of this tour a few years ago. He's sort of stopped playing for a while and now he's making a comeback. And of course Darren Appleton, Hall of Famer, multiple world champion, doesn't need any introduction. They'll have played each other many times before, and I'd like to bet that it's pretty even. Darren, I would expect, is just shading it. And today I would say the odds are probably similar. I'd say it's pretty even with Darren just shading it. So a push out from Phil. I think Darren will take this on because it looks like there's a wall of balls. I think he can knock the one ball back up table, or even play the side-to-side shot, taking the cue ball towards the 2 ball on the right hand rail. Oh, maybe he couldn't see enough of it to do that. This is a first chance to Phil Burford, and they're pretty open. That's a good start. Now he'd like to have drawn this cue ball straight back for the 3 he's pointing now, but is he straight enough? I think he just about is. Doesn't want to overscrew this. Yeah, that's a good shot. He's made sure he's underneath with the position so he can float up for the 4 without too much trouble. Cue ball should just head off the side rail and into that little gap between the 8 ball and the 4 ball. Oh, I'm looking at the 4. He's actually on the 3. I didn't notice. Oh no, that's the 5 up there. So yeah, he's on the 4 and pretty good shape. He can just stun across. Looks fine. He might be a touch straight, but if he is, he can screw back and come off the rail. He's gone a little far with that. You can see he's got in that camera angle you can see that there's much more of an angle on this shot than what the overhead shows. It looks fairly straightforward, but then when you look from there you can see that he's almost hitting into blind pocket with this, so they're easily missed. Yeah, and if you catch that first knuckle, these tables are really tight. I can tell you the tables out in the arena, this is the TV table, the tables out in the arena are tighter than this. So just a little swerve and maybe cushion first, that's it, and hope for good shape on the 8, which he's not got, so this is potable, but it's definitely missable. Again, he's playing into a blind pocket.
The next match
Yeah, solid shot from Daz, and that'll be the first rack to Appleton. Pleased to say I've got Julian Roper joining me in the commentary booth. Hello, Julian.
Hello, Lee.
Great matchup this, isn't it? It's nice for the last 16 to see these two battling it out again.
Absolutely. It's been an interesting event so far. Especially the Darren coming through the loser side of the draw, which was a little unexpected.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting event for me. I have won a match this weekend. Unfortunately, it was in the Midnight Flyer. That's the only match I've won.
A win is a win.
Yeah, a best of 5 match. Yeah, I managed to win one of them. In fact, did I win 2 of those? No, I won one. Let's not get carried away. Okay, Appleton breaking. 1 rack up.
I think this is going to be dry.
It's a dry break, no balls down. There's a 3-point rule in operation here. They get 1 point for getting a ball across the kitchen line, or the balk line as you snooker players call it. They get 1.5 points for potting a ball. Effectively it means if you get pot 2 balls off the break, you're good to go. If you pot 1 ball off the break, you need 2 balls over the line.
Proving quite a popular rule to be rule amongst the players.
Well, I've actually had some discussions with some players who think it should be scrapped, and I'm one of them actually. I'm in favour of getting rid of it now because the conditions are such that nobody's really soft breaking. So I think the rule's unnecessary really, and getting rid of it means it simplifies the whole thing. Better for people watching, the viewers watching. Also easier for attracting new players to the game who are new to 9-ball and wonder what is this strange rule. So I'm all in favour of getting rid of it. Like I say, especially with the conditions being so brutal anyway, I don't think anybody's going out there with a deliberate aim of soft breaking. But it'll be up to Adam and the committee to decide.
And what a great job they do well also.
Yeah, fantastic job. Amazing.
Not the best position to get on the 4 from here.
No, I'm just wondering if he even takes this on, because I can't see much value in it. It's risk-reward situation. It's a very high-risk pot. Find a good safety would be a better option, I think. But it's easy to forget that this guy has got one of the best cueists around, and he popped them off the lampshades.
What do you think?
Well, if he's going to dig down and pot it into this bottom right corner and screw across for the 4, then every credit to him. He might try that, but I'd say it's a less than 50% shot. For me, it's probably a 10% shot. For Phil, it might be a 40% shot. He's gone in the middle. Wow, I didn't even think that was on.
I didn't even think he could avoid the 6 and 9.
No, it didn't look to me as though that was on. The cameras play tricks with you. So, yeah, he's got to navigate some traffic if he's going to pot this 4 and get back for the 5. If he can screw the cue ball onto the side rail nearest to us, I don't know if he's thick enough to do that. If he can, then he's got that gap between the 6 and the 7.
I think he's just having a look to see if the 6 passes the 9 into the bottom left as we look on our screen.
If it's thin, the other shot is pretty. It's threading a needle, which is taking the cue ball between the 8 and the 9, which at that angle. Between the 8 and the 9 and around the back of the 6. So he's looking at the first shot I mentioned, which is going between that gap between the 6 and the 7. So I'm guessing he can screw this onto the furthest side rail from him. Probably aiming to be somewhere just between the 3rd and second and third diamond with the cue ball. He doesn't like it.
I do wonder if there's more, what to call it, if the 6 and 9 is too bigger of an object to ignore to play the snooker.
Well, you can see there that the 6, it looks as though the 6 ball just about passes. Is there a 6-9 combination into the side pocket? It's quite close. I'm not sure if you've seen that. It's another option.
Might have to be made if you go for that.
Yeah, if it has to be made, he probably won't go for it. And if the 6 goes in, there, he'll definitely won't be going for a combination. So, can he find the gap between the 6 and the 7? Oh, he's gone that way. The other way that I said, which was between the 8 and the 9. Great effort. So, does he play the cannon here into the 6 and 9? Another option is, can he just stun up this side and put the 6 in the middle? It's not clear from that camera angle if it will go in the middle.
Certainly not proving the most straightforward of racks to clear out.
The other shot he's got is to screw up onto this top rail, to hit the rail to the left of the black, screw straight onto that rail with a lot of run inside and go back up the table around 2-3 cushions. No, he's not going to play that. I think he's just going to drop it in.
Oh, he's gone for it.
He's missed it by a long way. Oh, he's tried to go around the 2-3 cushions, but he's tried to do it on the thin side, which is why he's missed it. So, good chance now for Appleton. And that is tough, what he's left himself there. He could have done with... He's a good 18 inches short there, I think. Oh, great shot. Oh, that doesn't go. I don't think that goes. He's just going to stop the cue ball on the top of the 9, is he? No, it wouldn't go. It's something. He's forgotten to bring his glasses today, is Darren. I could have told that didn't go. Should be 1-1. What we found with these tables is these shots, you cannot hit the near jaw. If you hit the near jaw, it's not going to drop. You've got to aim for the far jaw.
Yeah, he's potted that clean.
Yeah.
But as he landed straight on the 8 ball.
Aiming for the middle of the pocket is always a great idea as well. Something I should really try myself. I never thought of that.
I think we all should try that at some point.
He's a little bit straight here. Is he going to roll it along the rail and leave a nasty shot into the middle?
He could just come out.
That's what he's got.
Of course, on these Rassen tables, these centre pockets are cut very narrow.
We've got a great view of the shot. Great camera angles we've got here. Brilliant. Well done, Phil. 1-1.
Have you had a chance to play on this table today, Lee?
I have. I wasn't very good.
Sorry for asking.
Here's some scores. Oh, we seem to have chopped the top off the scores. I don't know. Have I chosen the right view? The scores as results. Oh, we'll try scores. Oh, I think I know what's happened there. Oh well, we've got some scores there.
Of course, it was Alexander Villamanis, I hope I pronounced his name correctly, who beat Darren on the winner's side of the draw.
Right.
Was a bit of a surprise result.
Yes, absolutely. Great result. That's a great break from Phil. He's got a shot at the 1. It's not mega straightforward to get around for the 3. If he goes through the gap between the 9 and the 7, the cue ball's going well away from that 3. So he might be leaving a long 3 after this.
I think it's one of those you've just got to bear down and just let the cue ball do what it wants to do.
Yeah, and having played on this table just the last game, I can tell you it is, for those of you watching, it is a lot harder than it looks. Even these shots, these are not easy shots. There you see, he couldn't really get anywhere near the 3. And if you look what he's left himself now, these really are brutal on this table. Yeah, you saw it there on many tables. It's at a shallow angle like that, hitting into the rail is kind of normal for 9 ball, but not on these tables. We've got a very deep shelf. By that I mean the slate that's protruding into the pocket. It goes well into the pocket, and they're very tight.
Are you in favour of the shelf being the way it is, Lee?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, barring something unexpected, Darren should now be going 2-1 in front. That's Darren breaking off. The difficult ball being the 6 ball. Don't know if it passes to the bottom left as we look on our screens. I just wonder, has he got the angle to stun off that side rail to come down for the 3 ball? Not the easiest place to get on the 4 from here. Just gonna, yes, just slip past the 7.
A combination on there. It doesn't look anywhere near, does it? He's not played on the 7, has he? He's not played on the wrong ball. Please say he's not played on the wrong ball.
I don't think so.
Because the 6 would go in here, wouldn't it? Oh, it's not clear if it would. Oh, did he play for the 6 in the side? I think he might have played for the 6 in the side.
Difficult to tell. I'm not even sure this 9 could be made. It's getting down though, pretty quick.
Just a safety. That's pretty good.
Good shot from Phil. It's just gone a little bit too far with the cue ball.
Yeah, he should be able to go in and out. Sweet shot. Sweet shot.
You know, that's a shot I really struggle with, Lee.
Yeah, playing it with inside. It's not an intuitive way to hit a stroke, is it?
No.
Totally unintuitive. It's the opposite side you would normally use. And for a lot of players, playing plain ball isn't intuitive either, especially if you're a snooker player. Good shot, Phil. I'm one of those who I'm not keen on playing plain ball. I find it difficult. I like to have a touch of run inside on everything.
And myself, I very much prefer to do centre ball if I can. So we're now level at 2 racks each. I believe it's Phil's break. Yeah, it's Phil's break. He's just racks them.
Possibility, is there a possibility of just a little swerve around there, cushion first? Or maybe it's not even a swerve, maybe it's just hitting it into the rail with spin. Rail first to pot the 1. What do you think, Jules?
I quite like the swerve onto the 1. So I think the swerve will just take the
cue ball up,
the
yeah.
table.
Yeah, that's from that angle it looks like that shot's difficult because of where the 5 is. But from the overhead, yeah, it still looks like the 5 might just be stopping, because obviously the cue ball squirts off to the outside first.
I think he's doing your shot, Lee.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think he could do your shot. I think the 5 was in the way.
Got
But
Darren hooks though.
he'll take that. This looks good.
Corby said though, Darren's knowledge of kicking is incredible.
Yep, absolutely.
Sure, he once told me he learned from both Alex Pagulayan and Efren Reyes.
Yeah. Dennis Orcolo as well. Watching those guys in one side club. Watching Efren in one side and on videos. Yeah, that's a great shot from Phil. This is another one where can Darren swerve to the right of the 3? Does he go one rail kick? I think it's a one rail kick. These are tough. Oh, it's a good hit, but he's left it on.
Phil makes this. You'd expect it to be a 3-2 scoreline.
Yeah, as long as he can keep that cue ball away from the rail, from the left-hand rail, where he's just pointed his cue there, that's fine. A couple inches further, he's on the rail, and that's not fine.
That's a good
He's
shot.
just got it away from the rail, so that's pretty good. Now he's actually got quite an angle on this. You can see from that camera angle, he's got an angle on this. May be able to just drop it in. Play the 3 in the bottom left.
It's amazing the amount of people, depending on your background, that like to stun this to play the 3 into
3 in the
left
side.
middle.
Yeah, and I would be one of them.
I'm the same.
Yeah. But it's probably the wrong shot, to be fair. And what Phil's just done there is the right shot, and you can see there he's overhit it. This table is so fast, it really is really quick. But he's in good shape. Straightforward shot to just put this 3 and just slide down that right rail for the 4.
How do you like to play these guys a shot, Lee? We bottom,
Well,
bottom and right.
I think I'd play this with bottom left, and I'd screw around 2 rails between the 9 and the 7, which looks like what Phil is doing. Yeah, like that. Yes, I find that's an easier shot to play. He's in good shape now. Really good shape, no problems here.
Might have liked a little bit more to
Yeah,
come down further.
absolutely. I'd have wanted to be a little bit closer to my business than this. But that's because I'm not a potter like Phil. He eats these for breakfast. Great shot. So 9 to take the lead. In it goes.
And Phil leads Darren Appleton 3 racks to 2.
Yeah, that 3 ball's just in a little bit in the way of the shot I'd like to play here. Round the back off 2 rails. Watch where the white goes on the 3. Oh, it wasn't in the way at all, the way he played it. Well done. Not sure if that 6 ball passes the 8, whether he wants to be straight on this 5. If it doesn't pass the 8, then he doesn't want to be straight. It probably doesn't pass the 8 based on how he's hit that. He's left himself a good angle to get across for the 6 in the same pocket.
And come down for the 7 in the bottom right as we look.
Absolutely. Oh, it does go past the 8.
I didn't think it went from this angle.
Looks like he's got just enough angle to play this off 1 rail and slide up to the left hand side of this 6 ball.
Do you know when he's looking at the combination?
That's the shot he's looking at. I'm not sure if it's missable. There's a big gap. Yeah, that's the shot. I thought he'd just slide up there. That's pretty good.
The next match on table 5 is Social and Gonzalez.
This is where someone would be shouting, "Get your step ladders out," if this was me.
Very nice.
It's a good break from Phil. Not a bad kiss. I'm gonna guess that Phil's gonna play this with the top left. That's a good shot.
Please come to the registration desk.
Just wondering if Phil's gonna go between the 4 and the 9 to play for the 4 in the bottom left, or if he'll swing it round off 2 cushions. Looking to see where he wants his cue ball to get on the 5. For some people, myself included, that point would look very big, the point of the middle pocket. Probably play, I think he can just come off that rail. Can just drop straight down. That was a good run out from Phil, taking a 4-3 advantage. Scores are on the other tables. Any matches there, Lee, that stand out? Good break from Darren there.
Yeah, absolutely no difficulties here.
Just wonder how many times in Darren's career has he ran these kinds of layouts out.
Yeah, quite a few.
The difficulty I can see is 3 to the 5. The only potential hurdle.
And here it goes. He looks to be in pretty good shape there. He could have liked to have been dead straight. He's just off straight, which takes the cue ball a little bit towards the rail, but he's hit that with a little bit of inside spin to...
Doesn't want to be straight though.
No, he doesn't. Oh, dear me. That's a mistake.
I think he might have just got a small angle.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Again, he didn't want to be straight there.
How do you like to play these, Lee? 1 rail or 2?
I'd screw that back. Oh no, I'd run it round off 2. Yeah, it
Yeah.
looked like it. Yeah, I'd definitely play it off 2.
So looks though we're gonna be level again.
Yep. 1-1. Sorry, 4-4-4 in this last 16 match. And it'll be Phil Burford to break.
So we know a lot about Darren Lee, but you've known Phil a long time, since
Yeah.
the early days of the tour.
Absolutely, we've had many games against each other. I managed to beat him in a Barnsley Open final, but we met twice on the tour. Early days of GB9, and I lost 9-8 both times. Oops.
It's not a bad score line to lose by.
Yeah, one of them was a very easy 8-ball I dogged.
You can still remember that, can you?
Oh yes, and so can Phil.
So here we go. Phil breaking. Makes the 8-ball in the bottom right. I just wonder, is it worth trying to break the 4 and the 9 up from this position?
Absolutely, yeah. A little cannon on there would work wonders. Doesn't come without danger. If you hit the 9 and not the 4, then you could be snookered, of course.
Don't know if from the other camera angle that the 4 would go into the bottom right.
Yeah.
The next match on table 14 is
Winner of this match will play the winner of Imran Majid and Yan Wong.
Rafi Gonzalez.
Imran currently 3-2 ahead. That'll be in the quarter-final, which takes place in the morning.
What's Phil done here?
Yeah, that's a bad error.
Just seeing if he can jump this. But he doesn't look as though he likes the jump shot option. There is the 6 in the way for the simple one-rail hit.
Straight across, yeah, it's going to be close. Oh, good shot, Phil. But where's the 2? Where's the 2?
And he's brought the 4 and the 9 out as
He
well.
has, absolutely. This is a great chance for Darren to take the lead.
That's the first glaring error that I can remember from this match so far.
Have you played any matches on this table, Julian?
Not this week, but I've played 4 in total,
Yeah.
and the only one I won, it wasn't recorded.
Oh dear.
Against Paul Taylor.
It's lightning fast, isn't it?
It is unbelievably fast.
I had not played on it before, so I must admit I found it really difficult to control the cue ball. It was all over the place.
Would have liked a little bit more pace on the cue ball for this one. It's not proved a problem. Although I think he's got a bigger angle than he would have preferred. if he's just going to bring it past the diamond above the 6 and play a little thin long one. No. Could bring it back a bit more.
This will just be a one railer with a touch of right. Just pull the cue ball back towards the 9. Drift back towards the centre spot, really. Why he's done that, I don't know. I mean, that's a strange shot. He's left himself a long way off this 9. No trouble, but what did you make of that?
I'm not sure if he put more side on than he intended on that 7 ball.
Yeah. Maybe he just wanted to play it positively. He didn't want to play a really slow, draggy thing. Which he's not keen on those shots.
So Darren's taking his time out.
I'll show you some of the scores. Unfortunately, there seems to be an issue with the scoreboard. I can't show you them all. So Shaw just come through 8-3 against Andy Lacey in challenge round 1. Simon Ayres through as well, as is Rafi Gonzalez and Brad Railton. Andy Yates, good to see him back playing. He's in challenge 2. He's world snooker referee. He's just been refereeing the qualifiers. Now that all of that has progressed to Sheffield, the Crucible, that's freed up Andy to come here. He couldn't play in the main event, but he has been able to come and play challenge 2, so good luck to him. Obviously going well against Demetrius.
It's got to be said though, Lee, some people, I think the days of people saying challenge 2 is easy to win now is long gone. It's getting harder and harder to win that now.
Even more so for me, because they won't let me play in it. And I've tried telling them that I'm rubbish and that's where I belong, but they won't have it.
I don't believe you, I've got to be honest.
Well, you haven't seen me play recently, mate. It's not good. It's not good. I think I'm looking forward to getting them back on the golf course. It might be less embarrassing. Andy Yates got another rack. Oh, he's actually won the match 7-1. He's just won 7-1 challenge 2 losers round. So well done, Andy. Glad he's through. These are our sponsors. Dynaspheres are the balls we're using. They're fabulous as well. These are the platinum set. The Rasson Victory 2 table, along with Molinari, Andy Cloth course, Pigeon Pool. On board, got to say for on board, these shirts that we're wearing, they're absolutely fantastic, really impressed. And of course you see the logo down there of pro9.co.uk. Big Dave is here, re-tipping. If anybody does need a new tip, you can get that done in the post, and he does a fantastic job. He just put one on for me on a great queue. Pro9, a long-time supporter of GB9, right from the beginning. And they'll actually be celebrating their 20th year of being in operation next year.
20 years.
It'll coincide with Big Dave's 60th, but he won't thank me for telling everybody that. All around this time next year. Tour of course started about 14 years ago, into season 15 now.
You've been there from the very start as well.
Yes, it started in my bedroom on a computer.
Did Did you ever think it would get to this stage when you were thinking of it at the time?
Not in the slightest. Absolutely not. That's thanks to a lot of people. Not for me to take the credit. There's a lot of people been involved in getting it here.
The past and present.
Yeah, some of them are quite influential. Not with us now. Well, not with us. I don't mean not with us in that way. They're not running the tour. They're still with us doing other things. Jonathan Mathers, Andy Warden, of course. They're not active on the tour. They're doing other things now.
That's a good shot from Darren.
Yeah, excellent shot. People like Darrell Peach and Pat Holtz involved in the beginning. Phil Williamson, Mike Rogers.
Raj Hundal.
Raj was not part of the committee. He played. Had a very good record. Raj, one of the best records actually of anybody. Raj, still his record of appearances to success really is second to none. He gets to the main event semi-final every time he comes. He's amazing stats.
In the meantime, Darren's got ball in hand.
Yeah, so just about there.
Played that well.
Beautiful. If I ball on the side rail, shouldn't pose any problems, but you want to get the top side of it. Has he got the angle?
I think he's just got the angle.
Just. Yeah, perfect. Little bounce. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. If he had ball in hand, that's where I'd put it. The only danger with that shot was getting straight on the 6. He's not made that mistake this time.
Assume he'll go one rail from
Well,
here.
Darren likes to run these 2 rails normally. It's more fluid for him. He nearly always plays it like that, but he's got to slow down. He's okay.
Do you like coming twice across from this angle?
I like just dropping it in slowly. He'd probably play it twice across. Yeah. Yeah, that's the right shot, yeah. There's more angle than I thought. The 9 will go in the side. Screw off 2 cushions. And the first time someone takes a 2 rack lead. 6-4 to Appleton.
you like to get on the 2 ball here, Lee? How would you
I
play
think
it?
he goes straight across the table with his knee between the 5 and the 8. Oh, he's gone up table. Yeah, that's easy enough. This is more tricky though.
Not very easy judging when they're in the pockets like this.
Well, this is one where you might take a bit of medicine here and choose to just drop it in and put the 3 long in the top right pocket. The thing with that shot, you've got to land pretty straight.
I think that's what he's playing.
Yeah, just a little drag. That's it. And straight, and it's good. Yeah, he's played that well.
It's the one good thing about that shot though. If you get on it, you just need to make it to be automatically on the 5.
Exactly.
I think he would have liked the cue ball to have gone a little further, but it shouldn't be a problem.
No, he'll probably leave the shot. I'm wondering if he'll leave the shot that takes the cue ball round the back of those. Oh, he's going to go straight back. He's going to do straight screw. Thought he might have just pushed the cue ball through a little bit and taken it round the back of the 8 and the 9. No problems here.
Just one rail,
Yeah,
back
just
down.
just a one railer. Be very nice to leave himself straight in on the 8, because that'll leave him a stop shot for the 9.
A little bit short, but
Yeah,
don't
if
think
he's
there'll be a
short, he's going to
problem.
have to stun across. But if you're in between, if you're short but not that short, then it gets a touch awkward because the stop shot takes the cue ball into the 9. He's screwing across. He's got enough angle. Yeah, he's got loads of angle. So gets one back. 5-4. Sorry, 6-5. I'm going dyslexic at the moment, trying to read the screen. It's because I haven't got my specs on. Race to 9. Some of the scores. Imran's now 4-3 up against Yan Wong. Of course, the winner of this match will play the winner of that one.
Mark Foster currently 6-0 in front of former English 8-ball world champion, I believe, John McAllister.
Yeah, that's a tremendous scoreline for Mark. Mark, I've watched a bit of John. He's very solid. And Alan Morgan, 6-0 up against Carl Hooley in Challenge 2.
That's, I believe, one rack away from victory in that one.
Yep.
Meantime, Darren breaking off. Made the points.
Yeah, and he's got a shot on the one. That's a good break. The next match that will be played on the stream later tonight after this one will be Damien Massey versus Phil Wildman in the last 16.
That'll be a good one to watch.
Yeah, that's two great cueists, very, very solid players, and it's a hard one to call that, I think.
I think so.
Probably, I was going to say, I'd probably give Damien, shade it for Damien, but it's a tough one.
Darren needing to use the bridge.
Yeah, so it looks like he'll just screw this off 2 rails. He wants to leave himself reasonably straight on the 2. But I think the 3 goes in the same pocket, so if he's not straight, that's okay as well. So the angle he's leaving here, that looks pretty straight. There's a stop shot for the 3, which is perfect. You can see there, if he stops the cue ball after potting this, it'll be perfect on the 3.
And nothing to do with the cue ball to go on the 4 afterwards.
Exactly.
5-ball's going to be the key ball in this rack.
Straight in. Yeah, it doesn't look like the 5 goes in the side. Well, it'll go in the other side. Go on the right side, won't it?
Okay.
If he can drop in behind it, and if he goes that way, he can also go to the top right. Oh, he's chosen to screw off 2 rails into the middle of the table, just past the centre spot.
Confidence of players that play that.
Yeah, well, looking now I've seen it, it does look, it is the preferred shot, it is the right shot. Absolutely the right shot. Yes,
Pretty good.
perfect. Yeah, absolutely perfect. So it should be 7-5 to Appleton. Should mop these up.
Might go 2 rails with the cue ball after this, depending on the angle. No, he's just throwing back.
Just one. Yeah, he's left that high, which is deliberate, so he can go 2 rails with the cue ball this time.
Of course, the beauty of 2 rails, it opens that angle up a lot more.
Yeah, and the cue ball's coming in towards the 9. In fact, he might be going 1. Yeah, he's going 1. Works.
Perfect.
What we call in Yorkshire, not too shabby.
Darren regains a 2 rack advantage.
Someone in the chat on Facebook asking if everything's okay with Pidge. Yeah, Pidge is champion. He's been to give us a little visit. He's involved in something English pool related this weekend. But we saw him on Friday. He was well as ever, chirpy as ever. Burford to break then. He's 2 down. It's first to 9, so this is a big rack for him. Almost a must-win rack, really. And he's dry.
Plenty of power, just nothing down.
And he's left a shot on the 1. Natural position on the 2. We're going from 2 to 3. It'll be a little trickier.
You like the 3-7 combination?
I was just looking at that, but if you from that angle, you can see that it's got to be made. The combination's going well into the rail, so it's not ideal. The 3 into the same pocket as the 1 is an option.
Got to be very precise with the cue ball for that one.
Absolutely, he's looked at that now. I think that's the way he's going to go. And if he is going that way, he can't afford to get straight on the 2. He didn't want to hit the 5. Oops, that's a shocker from Darren. Really don't expect him to make those mistakes.
Darren looking at the fin snip off of the 2 rails, I think.
Yeah, 2 rails, just clip the side of the 2, send it towards the rail, cue ball goes the other way, and he might get a snooker. Oh, he's gone 1, done it that way, oh beautiful. It's very good, but he might be back in 1 here, I'm sure he will be. Phil's got a chance to really lock him up now. Just shove that 2 ball up the rail, get tight in behind the 5. Yep, very good. This time there's no easy routes. You have to go across table with some spin.
on table 4 is Adam Stephens and James Jack.
Yeah, not easy, that one.
No, wasn't. And I'll be mad because it was all his undoing. Because of the mistake he made hitting the 5 ball with his position on the 2. But there's still a lot of work to do here.
Is he going for the combination here, do you think?
He might well do, because if he takes the 2 into the top left pocket, I can't see any way he can get on the 3. Unless he puts the cue ball below it. It's all pretty tricky, isn't it? He could put the cue ball just to the edge of the 5, shoot the 2 long into top left, shoot the 3 long into top right, but that's tough. Okay, so with this combo, he's going to be knocking the 2 ball towards the bottom right pocket. So he won't play it slow, he'll play it medium pace.
Going for his extension. Looks like it's not just me that has to use one most of the time. This is possibly one of those situations where ball in hand is not as easy as everyone thinks it is.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you've got he's in a situation where he's got to take the least worst decision. None of them are nice. Yeah, I expect him to get this and bump the 2 across to the other side of the table, and that gives him that's a great shot, and it gives him a great opportunity now to get the 3 top right. And as you said earlier, you have to be very precise, but in the position he's in, being precise shouldn't be too difficult.
That looks pretty good.
Absolutely perfect.
Not sure from this angle, would you like drawing back and bumping the 7 a little?
Not really. If I can just play a stop shot and stop it where it is now, that'll do for me. Yeah. I think he has to screw this across. Yeah, you see where his cue is. Again, the only way this can go wrong is by landing too straight. He's made sure he's screwed into the rail, and he knows he's going to aim for that middle diamond. If it's the top diamond, he's in real trouble. It's too straight. So that's an example of how you can use the rails and use the diamonds. Now Darren would run this round off 2 rails. I think Phil would do the same. That's a shot they like, and they like that shot. There's a reason they like that shot, is because playing it with one inside, it takes all the effort out of the shot, and you only have to touch it gently, and then the spin does all the work for you. So it's much harder to twitch at it or put a bad stroke on it if you just run it through with one inside. That's why it's preferred shot in 9 ball whenever it's available.
I think Phil's topping this forward.
Yeah, that's nicely played. He's not quite straight in, so I think he can run this off 2 rails.
moving the magic rack.
So I think he can top this off 2 rails.
I like the 2-rail option if you can do it.
So he's thinking of screwing straight back. That suits him. He leaves himself a bit more distance for the pot. So there you can see an example of a shot Phil Burford doesn't mind leaving himself that. Me and you might be a little bit terrified of leaving ourselves that 9-ball, right?
Absolutely.
That's why we're going 2 rails and getting as close to our action as we can. Shot.
Well,
They do make it look easy, but I can tell you, they ain't easy, those shots under pressure.
I think Phil's just gone for his timeout, I think.
Yep. Take a look at some of the scores. Can't see much on there, but let me run through. Julian will run through a few of them with you.
Yeah, Yan Wong, 5 each with Imran Majid on table 2. Adam Stevens and James Jack just starting. And Luke Garland leading Shane Conroy 4-2.
Yeah, that's a good game.
And John McAllister has pulled 1 back and he's currently 6-4 behind Mark Foster.
And that's the last 16, the main event match, of course, so that's a race to 9. So he's not out of it. He's in trouble, but it's not insurmountable.
Rafi Gonzalez 3-2 up on So Sure.
Richard Fulwell has come through against Kev Rolls, and Thomas Foster has come through against David Edwards. Dino, our friend Dino on the GB9 committee, Dean Thompson, won against Jason Isat.
On table 2 after Imran, the Imran Yan match, we've got Adam Smith and Andy Worthington. That could easily be a table 1 match also.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a 50-50 game. Yeah, it's difficult to call.
The next match
Kev Simpson and Eric Sanderson, another one
That's
that
a
could
cracker, yeah.
another one that could be on table 1.
Yeah, it could be on table 1. It wouldn't take long either, that. It'd be a quick one.
Darren breaking, currently leading at 7 racks to 5.
I think it's 7-6 actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
he's just
7-6.
updated it, yeah. It was a bit slow to press the update on the computer. Darren looks like it's come dry, but luckily for him, he's not left a shot on the 1.
He made the points
And he
as well.
made the points, so it means that Phil can't pass it back. Phil's going to have to play the push out. What will he do?
So many times I've heard that the push out is the equivalent of playing chess on a pool table.
Yeah. You'll see people deliberately play into a snookered situation where they fancy the kick shot or the jump shot. You'll also see people leave their opponent a tempter And other times you can't do either of that. You just got to leave something long and tricky. Phil's tried to leave an edge on that one ball, and if he hasn't left an edge, he'll be going back.
I think Darren's giving this back.
Yeah. Phil's one of the best jump shot players in the business. Very, very comfortable with that cue. This is a long distance one.
Well, I thought he was getting his jump cue. Might have got his break cue
Yeah,
to
I
do
was going to
this.
say a break cue because it's quite shallow, this one. It's long distance and shallow. So you can play it nice and smooth with his break cue.
Of course, Earl Strickland used to love jumping with his playing cue at one time.
That's just nuts. Earl not using a soft tip on his playing cue then at that point. Oh, what a shot.
That's
What
a great shot.
Yeah, Phil fancied that because he wasn't jumping over the full 9 ball, he was only jumping over the edge, which means the cue ball didn't have to go so high. And also because the cue ball was a couple of feet away from the 9 ball, he didn't have to get the cue ball to jump straight up in the air, so it's much more shallow. When you've got that scenario, you can play it much more like a normal shot. You cue it more like a normal shot. You just jack up a little bit and get yourself a break cue in your hand. Still an amazing skill.
Is that hard enough?
I think he might have just made it. Yeah, I think so.
I think Darren might attempt the swerve on this one.
Yeah, it's difficult to keep safe, isn't it? Even if he swerves it, it's risky. But what else has he got? If he could hit the get left of the 5 ball as we look to hit he could play off 2 rails and hit the back of the 2. That's a nice shot to play, because if it's too full, you just knock it towards the top rail where the 6 and 7 are. Gives you a chance of leaving it safe. But I can't tell whether he can see enough to do that.
Looks as
Oh,
though
it
he's
looks
just
like
going straight down.
It looks like he can hit it. Camera's fooled us. He's left the double. He's left the bank shot.
I think you've got to go for this.
I make Phil favourite to get this. He's just got to be careful with the position. There's a bit of traffic round there. No.
And
He's got away with it.
Just a slight angle for a 2-3 combination, but I think then the 2 is heading towards the 4 ball if he makes it.
Yep. You're right. And there's a lot of distance.
I think he's playing it.
He's not. He's playing on the right of it, isn't he? Oh, he is playing it. Well done. Well spotted, Julian. You were right in all respects. Did indeed go towards the 4, and this will have to be safety. Has he got a chance to put the cue ball in behind the 6 and 7?
He's just playing.
No, keeping it simple.
Probably the pool equivalent of the dump shot.
Yep. You have to be a very defensive safety now. Just swerve around and just touch into the 2. He's going to be on the defence all the way.
match on. Table
Could be in
9.
trouble again though after
Yep.
this.
Cue ball off towards this 5 and the 9.
Maddie Christopher.
In behind there, I would
Next
think.
match on. Table 11.
Or you
the
could even take the cue ball straight across the table again.
Steve
straight
No, he's
Smith.
going
behind the
5
5 and
9.
9.
Yep, that's it. Oh, that is sweet. I think
Yes.
Phil can hit it off 2 rails.
One of them situations where you know you're going to be handing the initiative back to your opponent, but you've got really no other options.
No, that's right. He's on the defensive the whole time. It's hard to see a good outcome for Phil. Here.
Playing a deliberate foul,
Yeah,
send the
that's
5 into the 7 and 6.
Fair
It's a bit
shout.
hard.
It is a bit. And he's got to be careful on 3 fouls going down that route because Darren could get him in all sorts of trouble again here.
And there is a big enough gap, I think, to go between the 4 and 8 to land behind the 5 and the 7.
There is. It's just not a good angle, is it? There's not. It's very tight angle to do that. He's not looking at the bank. Is it the cross bank? The cross bank is on to pot the 2. But then he's got to get on the 5.
I don't like that shot. think
Darren
that
doesn't
one-
either.
I mean, the double kiss is on very much so with that one. I'm assuming
Well, he can hit. If he can hit the side rail,
this is what I thought
if
that he might
the
play.
8's not in the way.
This is what I thought.
Oh yeah,
behind.
sorry, 5 and 7. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking you were going behind 5 and 6. Yeah, he can get well onto the side rail. Oh, he's not hit it. I think he's decelled a bit there.
It might.
He's just.
Oh.
It's
The
got
do-
there, but it's not as nasty as it should have been.
Darren will be happy with that
A
one.
little bit of deceleration because he had a bit more room to manoeuvre. Hitting it harder, it would have hit the 5 anyway. So there's no reason to leave that short. Phil's looking to see if there's a combo on the 4.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
But from where it is, you might as well have a go at it because you'll just be straight back in trouble again, just landing on it.
Of course, it's vital that he hits this. He's on 1 foul. Where it is, if he misses it, he'll be in all sorts. Or he can hit 1 rail, so there's no danger of him missing it.
It's
Okay.
just caught the bump of the middle pocket.
So the initiative's still with Appleton, but it's a better situation for Phil. Now those 2 balls are not locked together. Probably double the 2 rails towards the 5. Bring the cue ball back behind the 8. Across and back across again towards the 5. He didn't quite get the cue ball behind the 8. He should have just had a bit of draw on that, and then it would have been good. I think he was focusing too much. Well, I won't say too much. He was focusing more on the 2 ball than he was on the cue ball there. Yeah.
Yep. Now, do you take a chance on getting the cue ball behind the 4 or just bringing the white straight down the table, leave
Well,
distance?
I'm looking at the slow roll. Hit the 2 on the left hand side. If the table's straight.
If it can slip past the in between the 6 and 7, you mean?
Yeah, so the cue ball just kind of bumps into the 7 and the 2 ball's on the rail. You've got Daz in all sorts of trouble there. But whether you trust a slow shot like that on a table
He's playing this with
on
bottom.
carpet.
No, that's
Oh, that's a great shot. Yeah, that's a terrific shot. I think Daz might reach for the jump stick here.
and suddenly, from a point of being 1 shot away from losing the rack, he's now potentially favourite to win the rack.
Yep, he's turned it all around with some good shots. Going back to his decision to play the deliberate foul and put the 5 ball up top was a clever shot, that, because that made it kind of easier for. There was no chance of Daz taking a cross bank or anything like that on because the 5 was really tricky.
Is Darren going for the long bank jump on this?
I think so. Won't be happy with that. Advantage Burford.
I'm looking from this camera angle, the 4 will go in the middle.
It will, but I suspect he'll take it in the top, as it might be tight in the middle. But you could be right. It's difficult to tell, isn't it?
I would personally, I prefer to take it in the corner if I can, but if he's straight, you might just have to play it in the middle.
He just tops this through off one rail, I think. We might just... Oh, it just goes in the middle. It must be straightforward. Can't see a problem now, as long as he knocks this in. Theo Vandenberg posting in the chat, I'm sorry but my Dutch is not great, apologies, so I can't reply.
I assume he's going to go forward, potentially off 2 rails. No, just the 1. Do you like 2 rails off of that?
No, I thought just the 1, like he saw it, but he's got to be a bit careful here. He's got to play this with bottom right, nice and gentle, to keep the cue ball in the right place. That's nice, and now it's 2 rails, I think. Like I was saying earlier, they like this shot because they don't have to put much effort into it. He just checked it.
And that looks pretty straight.
Yeah, he might have to top this round off 2 rails. He could screw it back, but I think he might...
Yeah, well, I thought he was topping it through.
Topping it through off 1, just checking back, I think. Bit nasty when it's just the wrong side of off straight, which this is. Yeah, he's topping it through off 2, which is what I thought originally. He's played it rather well.
Would have liked a little bit more, but shouldn't be a problem.
Just to level things up. There he goes. Well done, Phil.
While Phil's racking the balls, but we are Imran Majid is currently trailing Yan Wong 7 and 6.
The next match on table 7 is Vincent Menandy and Andy Young.
Phil's made the wing ball. Would have been nice if he'd got a better shot, but I think he'll be playing safe off of this. Took the white behind the 4. He's looking at the combination. Not sure about that one. Although I don't think the 4 passes the 8 to the bottom left as we look. This could be the key shot if the 4 doesn't pass the 8.
Yeah, he's just put the cue there exactly where he wants it. So that enables him to put the 3 off the right hand side rail and start tracking towards that 4 and 8. So he just wants to travel over what would be the brown spot on a snooker table. He needs to stop. He needs to slow. He's okay, you can see there, he's got an angle. It's a great angle actually, to go for 1 or 2 rails into the 4 and 8. So he's perfect, but this is, well, anything can happen here.
Personally, I like coming behind the 4 and 8 off the rail before contact.
Okay, I'm putting the 4 top in the top bag. Yeah,
And that's what he's attempted.
he's just bumped it. Oh, did he try and chip it out? I think he tried and just chip it out. Now it'll be safety, and he'll be looking to see whether he can just roll off the side of that 4 and go the other side of the 9. But I don't know if the 7 ball is a little bit awkward. You see if he thin clips that 4. He can do it. Thin clip the 4 onto the rail. 2 rails behind to the right hand side of the table. A sort of side to side shot. Yeah, just wait. Oh, he's going the other way. Got to be very careful with this. That's a dangerous way of playing the side to side, but you think he's got it?
It's going to, even if Phil can pot the 4, it's going to be very difficult getting to the 6 from here.
Yeah, absolutely. So if he pots the 4, it'll be a safety shot next, I think, but or a bank. But I don't know. I don't know what he does here, if I'm honest. He might be forced into, if he can see a feather edge, he might be forced into just potting it for no real gain, but I can't see an easy safety. No, I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
I can't see one here. The only one possible safe I could possibly see is coming off the bottom rail, off the side rail, and hope that you took the 4 behind the 8 and send the
Yeah,
light
I
up
thought
table.
that as well, but there's no angle. The 7's in the way. Look,
Yeah, it just
the
might
bit of the rail that's showing there, there's not enough rail showing, is there?
I don't think there is from that angle.
We could maybe get behind the 7 with a load of spin, but I don't like it. Yeah, he's just
He
pointing
pointed.
his cue there, look. Going underneath that 7
Yes.
ball and spinning it towards the 4.
No, I
No.
think he's just
Plan A. Okay, I get it. I didn't think he could see enough of the 4 to do that.
No, neither did I.
Now if Darren can play a very thin clip here to hardly move the 4 and take the cue ball back up table towards the 7, this is the 6 maybe. I don't know, is that shot on?
We're a bit to right side, just to come.
It's more risky, so he could choose to just put the 4 kind of towards the 8 and the cue ball on the opposite side to side shot.
I think that's maybe what he's attempting, or potentially sending the 4 behind the 8 with the cue ball at the other side of it, the top end of the table.
Yeah, that's definitely an option as well. Slightly risky doing that. If he takes the cue ball up table and the 4 sneaks out, he's left it. He has tried your shot, Julian, and he's hit it great.
That's
Really
a good shot.
well done and well called. Steve Blue 67 posted on the live chat on YouTube. He's kind of sussed out the tactics of this game, so well done for that, Steve. He's obviously a tactical genius. Steve says, just pop them all and win. Simples. Yep, I think maybe there's a coaching role for you in the future, Steve. If you can pop round my place sometime, maybe £100 an hour, you might be able to make me a better player.
Will Darren just attempt to hit this 4 gently and try and get the white behind the 8?
I think so, but it's not a natural to go behind the 8, it could find a gap. Oh,
that's beautiful.
But when you class like that.
And as he cuts off that right side rail.
I think he has. Wow. That could be a rack defining shot right there.
The next match on table 10 is
And I don't see a deliberate foul. So I think Phil's got to hit this or he loses the rack. I think he's got to hit it and he's got to get it safe. Yeah, he's having to put left-hand spin on this. So he's got to shoot.
Shoot towards the centre diamond.
Yeah, he's got to shoot right of where he'd like to shoot, and he's got to spin it back. Mighty good shot. Doesn't want the kiss. Doesn't want the kiss because the kick was close. Good shot, Phil. Oh, you can't split these two, can you?
Not at all.
Now this isn't easy.
I wonder if Darren will have a go at the... Yep, he's having a look at possibly potting the 4, sending the white into the 9.
I don't like either. I can't imagine I'd pull off either of those options.
I think he's going for it.
Well, that's
the 9 will be moving, I think.
That's just pure craziness. Surely. Oh, that's a good shot. If he's played that safe, safe on the 4 with a shot to nothing on the 9, then that is a great shot.
This is a chance though for Phil to really put Darren in jail.
Yeah, he's got 4 railer here, a figure of 8 shot behind the 7.
Always fine with this shot, it always depends how close the object ball is to the rail.
Absolutely, yeah. If it's close to the rail, then you've got to hit thinner. Hit the object ball thinner to avoid a double kiss. Yeah, it comes away a lot thicker and That's not what he wanted. I think he was playing the shot I said. I think he hit it too thick, didn't he?
I think so. I think Darren will go up and down the table for the 6 in the middle here.
Yeah, interesting one. It looks like it's one of those where I would just play to just drop it in gently, but he doesn't favour doing that from what we saw earlier.
For that shot, you really got to trust the table.
Well, he's thinking about this long and hard, and it is a big shot at 7-7. You've got to say,
If this was the
this
first
is
rack,
huge.
if this were the first rack, I think he'd have played this already.
Yeah, absolutely. This is huge. And if this were me, I'd have played it already, and that's why I miss them.
That's why we're in here and they're on there.
Exactly. Because sometimes some of these shots, it's the money shot, isn't it? It needs a bit of extra care. Yeah, he slow rolled it.
He's come down.
Oh, that's beautifully played.
Is
I
he,
think he's perfect.
is he straight?
Straighter than he wanted. He needs to be able, if he pulls the cue ball back to where it is now, then can he go around of 2 rails and not hit the 9? And if he can, he'll pull the cue ball back to where it is now, or maybe just a bit further. Yeah, if he can get further over, then that's even better. And he'll be then looking to go around 2 rails. So he wants a 2 rail shot to go from 7 to 8. And he wants to make sure he doesn't leave the 7 too thin. He's almost pulling the cue ball back to where it is now, maybe just a little bit further. Yeah, that's the shot. And he's managed to swing the angle out, and he's now looking to see if he can avoid the 9. There you can see.
I think he can just avoid this.
I think he can. He's got a big long rail to hit there. Somewhere between the 9 and that is piece of chalk that he's put on the rail. Cue ball somewhere there, and he should be perfect on the 8.
I don't think that's Darren's chalk.
I'm not sure he likes it actually. I think he's thinking that the 7 is thin, and he might hit the 9. You know, like, although from the main shot, it's hard to see. It looks like he's going to catch the 9, doesn't it? Oh, he's managed it. Just missed it. Slow down.
Needs the cue ball to slow.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's 8-7. Well done, Darren. Yeah, such care and precision that he's taken over those 3 balls. Because they're just not as easy as they look.
So Darren will now be on the hill. And that could be a very important time to get there. The way the match has gone at the latter end of this.
And I believe it's Darren's break, which is even more important. So, what do you do for a shot on the 1 after this break? Got the same scoreline on the adjacent table, and the winners of these 2 matches play each other. So Imran's 8-7 up against Yan Wong. So I don't know Yan Wong, but must be a very useful player if he's taking Imran the distance.
Can't remember who Imran lost to. I think he also came through the loser side of the draw as well.
Not in this. Oh yeah, maybe he did. Yeah. Maybe he did.
Imran's just won that rack and has won 9 racks to 7.
Well done, Imran.
In the meantime, Darren's about to break.
He's
Made
got
the wing
7
ball.
ball. He's got the points.
But
He's got 1 in the side. Does it go past the 5?
I think it goes.
It's not a nice... If you can see half a pocket and the cue ball's on the rail, how do you fancy that at 8-7 up? It's not for me, this shot. This is like Darren's Darren.
Just wondering, will the cue ball be heading towards the 6?
He drops it in dead weight, doesn't he? Surely. From there. Look how steady his head. Watch his head. Never moves. No problem. Well, there ain't any problems here. This might be the most difficult ball he'll pot in the rack. They can be missed because there's a few... you see the shot he's faced with. If you hit the near knuckle, that side rail, it probably isn't going in. So it's very important you aim for the far knuckle or the middle of the pocket. The middle of the pocket could mean it in the near knuckle, so I'd probably aim for the far knuckle on this. And if he makes this, there ain't any other difficult shots. He's got up again and having another look at it. Big shot. Yeah, and he did go towards that far knuckle. 2 rails, so he could if he's confident, which is clever thinking. As if he'd have tried to just play the stop shot. There's a chance of decelerating. He took that out of the equation.
Ooh.
It was close, but he's okay. He can nice shape for the 5 here off 2 rails. He needs to roll. He needs to go. He's underhit it. Oh my word! I saw him do that in a Whirlpool Masters in Barnsley, playing
Niels
Niels
Fine, was
Fine.
it?
Yeah, 6 ball I think. Yeah, Niels. Your memory's good, pal.
Very first pool event I went as a spectator.
He's just about got there, and if he's got to play this off 2 rails. Now you can't put right hand spin on this, because if you put right hand spin on this, your cue ball could go into the opposite side pocket. But you want to put right hand spin on it because it helps to throw the 5 ball into the pocket. But you need to not put that spin on it. So he's actually played it with check, and it makes it much harder to control the speed. And he's left it short.
This is the crunch ball for me.
This is a big shot.
Hi guys, I've got 5 empty tables.
There's an announcement from the tournament official. Just as Darren's going to play that, because the tournament official won't know that Darren's over a match, what is essentially match ball, because she's in another room. But that's the sort of distractions that all the players have to face, and this is a test now for Darren, because that will have he knows he's got the toughest ball of the match now, and it's match ball, and it's almost the equivalent of someone's mobile phone going off, isn't it, in the crucible, and you having to get up.
Absolutely.
Reset. Cue it smooth, and it's in. And he doesn't want to. Oh, what has he done?
Oh no!
You're joking. Oh my god. He's getting straight down to this, so he's annoyed. Yeah, he's got straight down to that because he's annoyed because the announcement from the tournament director clearly affected him.
And the worst thing is, I think it's straightforward just to top this through with side to play the 9 in the bottom left.
Yeah, from that camera you can see there is just a little gap between the cue ball and the 8, but it's not massive. I feel a little bit for Darren there, as I don't see him making that mistake if we didn't have that announcement.
Fortunately, we couldn't hear exactly what the announcement was about, but it must have been so important for it to have been there, done over the tannoy.
Yeah, we're in another room here. So we could only hear muffled announcement. We don't hear the noise from in the arena.
No, Phil's played a good shot
It's
there.
a great shot. Wow. Darren will be furious. If that cost him this match, he'll be furious. Oh, and Phil will be breaking.
Phil.
Oh my word.
Phil will feel as though it's his birthday. So, we're going Hill Hill.
The next match on table 14 is Darren Murray and Andy Lacey.
Right then, strap in, folks. Here goes. Hill Hill. Advantage has gone back to Burford when he probably sat there thinking that he was going home. Darren playing. Phil doesn't get a ball or doesn't get on the one. He's not got a ball. It's dry. Darren will get a shot. He can't pot the one, but it's going to be up to Darren to play the first good safety. Now has a shot where he can push the one ball across to the right side rail and possibly play the cue ball with left or right as he plays it, which would take the cue ball towards a 3. I don't know if he'll do that. He will do that. He's done exactly that, and it's good.
Just come out.
Just come out. Just come out. But I don't think he can see enough of the one to pot it. The 4 ball looks to be in the way. We all know how good Darren's tactical game is when it gets into kicking and playing safeties and stuff. But you can't really put him favourite when he's in that game against Burford because he's just as good. His kicking and safety and his tactical game is absolutely top draw. And he's got Darren in some real trouble, and it might be a 2-railer. Yep, 2 rails up top. Yep.
Yeah, I think he's going to...
It's good. It's good. If Phil plays the jump, he's got to literally drop the cue ball onto the one.
The other good thing for Darren here, though, if Phil does make it, at least the 2 is in a safe spot.
It is, and he's reaching for the jump cue. So like I say, he'll jump. If he jumps this, he's looking for the cue ball to land on the bottom bottom left-hand edge of the one. A straight jump onto the one. And if he makes that, the cue ball will travel towards the 2. There's always a chance of a bank on the 2 in the same pocket if he makes the 1. So as slim as it is, you've got to say this is a chance.
But of course, that's all you want, is that one chance.
Absolutely fantastic shot. What a shot. And now he's got the 2-3 combo.
You think
Is
he's
the
gonna,
option.
You think he'll play that
I
at this
do.
stage of the match?
I do, because I think he's quite aggressive when he's playing against an opponent of Darren's calibre, and he knows that he doesn't want to let Daz back to the table. So if he doesn't play it, he doesn't want to regret not playing it.
As Stephen Hendry used to say, I'd much rather lose going for a shot than playing a safety shot that went wrong.
Yeah. And I've got to say, you've got a fancy feel for this. It's one of those shots where you hit it nice and slow and you let the pocket just grab the 3. You don't play it at any pace. It'll be pocket weight on the 3. And I have to say, if he makes the 3, I think it's all over.
Just gotta make sure the 7 doesn't come into play.
And he's made it.
That's a great shot. Might need another one here though.
Yeah, he looks like he's a little straighter than he wanted. He's going to have to punch this.
Do you not like topping it, going between the 7 and 9?
If he can. You've got to really hit that to go between the 7 and 9, because you can't top it with run inside. If you top it with run inside, it probably hits the 9, I think. So you're topping it with almost plain ball, which is hard to do, I think.
On a American pool table, I agree.
That's what he's done though, and it's hard to judge. Yeah, you couldn't. The normal way to play that shot is loads of run inside. He couldn't do it because he would have hit the 9. So he's got to judge. Well, how much run inside do I take off? Which is not a normal shot to play, and that's why he's got it wrong. But he's got a nice safety here. The 4 ball on the middle of the back cushion, behind the 9, and the cue ball in the same place at the top end of the table. So the 9 and the 6 should be in the way for Darren.
Just wondered though,
Can you clip it?
was Phil looking at the potting angle there from the top end of the table?
Surely not.
No. But
Well, that's a mistake. You've got to say that's a mistake. Darren has a chance now to put the 4 towards the 8 and the cue ball behind the 7, where he just pointed. And the 9's a good blocker. Looks like it's
a
full
full-on.
snooker. Just wondering if he goes 2 rails, will it go in the side? No, it won't. So it's advantage Appleton again. Maybe just for the next 20 seconds.
Is he going wrong rail or 2 here?
1.
He's hit it.
He's hit it. Now he's left Daz a real chance, but it's not easy.
As they always say, all you want is one chance.
Yeah. So does he nip this to just screw off 1 rail, or can he take the cue ball onto the top rail up and down? He's going to nip it. He's going to nip it. Side rail and back out. And he's played that nicely. And again, this isn't easy, and I can tell you these pockets are tight. And that 8 ball is in his way, because he would love to run this through 2 rails. He probably will.
Yeah.
I know he's screwing back, which is
playing
a
this
harder
with-
shot.
Played it
Oh,
for
he's
the
played it for
middle.
the side.
He's got.
I think he's got more angle than he wanted.
I was just about to say.
Can he roll through and take the 7 in the same bag? What do you think?
It's hard to tell from this camera angle. But then again, I'm wondering, is the white going to head towards the 9?
I think it stays this side of the
Or
9.
is he playing to the corner pocket?
I think it stays this side of the 9. I think the white is just inside the 9, and you can put the 7 in the same bag. Like you, I can't be certain because I don't know the angle either. But that's my instinct. Another shot he could play would be to screw it in off the stun it in and screw off the rail and out again. That looks like a tough one. No, he's going to do what I said. Oh, you were right. He was going towards the 9.
And I think from another camera angle it will go. It quite clearly goes.
There you go. What a great angle that is. Well, what a great camera angle. Not a great angle for Darren. He's going to have to top this through with right hand side, and it's very missable. These pockets are brutal. Big shot. Massive shot. Great shot.
It's pressure shots like that one.
And he doesn't want to be straight. If he's straight, he's no good. He's going to leave himself a brutal 9 ball if he's just any sort of not straight. It doesn't matter which side of not straight. He must be okay because he's got straight down. He must be able to top it through. Yes, he could top it through, and that's exactly what he needed. And thank goodness. Respect for Phil, but thank goodness an announcement from the TD didn't ruin Daz's day. But he hasn't potted it yet. He has now.
Oh, a hill thriller, albeit in a way we didn't expect.
Yeah, great match. Thanks, Julian. Good to be commentating with you. We'll be back with another match on here very soon. So who have we got next? It's Damien Massey and Phil Wildman. Their match is due at 8 o'clock, and we're past that now, so they'll be coming right up next. Back with you shortly. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
I should be here with a cue ball for the 5. Butchered the 4. I don't want to go this way and land myself a thin 5. Yeah. And then I come here and I'm thinking, well, put a little bit of check on it. Just. Fucking easy, isn't it, when you're practicing? Fucking brutal draw as well. Yeah? I've got the worst draw as well. Yeah, fucking brutal. Yeah.
Do the half down. The gym next.
Mad, isn't it, really? Every fucking time. I can't remember what you did in the last round. What were you doing in the last round?
Jump the one in and then played the combo. Bloody. I've got just funky on. I wanted to like thump it in. But I think I'm going to leave myself here.
I think you played the right shot. I don't know what happened. Did you catch it a bit fast?
No, I got it alright. I just didn't come out quite far enough. I finished like here.
You need a little bit more spin.
Probably just a bit harder.
You want to be here, right?
Yeah, and I've come to like here. Like here, so probably just more speed. I was going to have a go at it. I thought, actually, I've got it. What, the back? No, I was going to try and cut it.
Oh, right.
But, because it was like...
I think back in the day, you're probably back now.
No, I've probably cut it back in the day. My eyes were sharper. I had a decent shot. But then I thought, exactly what happened, I thought was going to happen. I'd play the same, miss it, or you'd hook me, and then